Hi there, folks. My name's Novawrap, and welcome to the Novawrap, your one-stop location for all the simulation news from the week that was. Alrighty, folks. So we've had a fairly quiet week this week. We've seen a couple of one very interesting announcement actually. Now I don't normally cover first-person shooters, but the guys over at Bohemia Interactive who sort of seem to sort of vary between first-person shooters and strategy and simulation. They kind of really do everything, don't they? They've actually announced that the new DLC for their long-standing and very, very popular first-person shooter series, ARMA, the ARMA 3 title at the moment, will be having a helicopters DLC. It will be available on November the 4th. Now, these guys over at Bohemia also produced Take on Helicopters, a title which wasn't hugely successful, but was quite praised for how good its modelling was of helicopter flight dynamics. Now, I gave Take on Helicopters a crack, and yeah, I need to invest far more time in it. It's very challenging, and doing it with the HOTAS arrangement I have it doesn't work so well. It really doesn't. I need a proper cycling seat. But anyway, so very well done, very well shown. That's pretty cool. All right. But on to this. So the Arma 3 Helicopters DLC will be available on November the 4th. So still a little bit way away. But it's got introducing two new helicopters with options for either the simplified flight dynamics or the Pro Rotor Lib helicopter flight model, which is the upgraded versions of the flight models that they use from the Take on Helicopters series. So that's pretty cool. They're really investing in that. So I'm very curious to see if they're gonna go back to the simulation stuff as well with helicopters or maybe airplanes. It could be interesting. They do some spectacular work with FPSs on ARMA. So yeah, pretty cool. So two helicopters are going to be released as part of this, as I was saying before. The CH-67 Huron, which is basically a modernized Chinook, really. That's pretty much all it is. Now it's giving two versions of it. Will be a transport version and an armed variant with two side gunners, which apparently you can man and you can shoot out of, which is cool. And then, of course, not to be forgotten, the Russian forces will be receiving their Mi-290 Taru. It's a heavy utility helicopter, the same kind of idea. It's again primarily about transporting stuff. It does bring in the sling loading as well, including having light vehicles and tanks and all that kind of stuff as well. So that's pretty cool as well. So, as I said, if you're into that kind of stuff, or you dabble a little bit in first-person shooters on the side of your simulation, yeah, keep an eye out for this DLC coming out in November. Alrighty, moving onwards and upwards as we do. So the X-Plane 10 Juggernaut continues once again with the release of the Dusseldorf Airport for 64-bit for their Steam edition. It's been around for a little bit, but yeah, now it's on Steam, and yeah, I'm still. I know X-Plane 10 doesn't have as big a community that FSX does, but seriously, if these quality add-ons keep coming up on a more widely recognized and widely available platform like Steam, and Dovetail and Microsoft don't, I've said this pretty much I think I've said this in every episode. I think if Dovetail, if you don't get your proverbials into gear real soon, you're going to lose this battle before it's even begun. But anyway. So yes, the Airport Dusseldorf looks pretty good, pretty awesome. Currently available on Steam. They've got a launch special going on, 25% off until the 1st of October. So for those who do have X-Plane 10 on Steam, this is going to be worth grabbing for you. Alrighty, so we've got another one from Steam as well. Now this one's not so much of a release, but a re-release. Now, who out there remembers the old Harpoon series of games? Like that sort of hybrid between simulation and strategy gaming, and yeah, who remembers that back in the day? I know I do. I very much remember Harpoon. It was like so amazing. Now last year, there was a title which is the successor, or the again, a lot of these sort of spiritual successors of games coming out at the moment. Command Modern Air Naval Operations is the spiritual successor to the Harpoon series. Many of the guys who maintained the Harpoon code and the Harpoon game became Warsim, the top publishers, of the creators of this title. Um, it has all the elements of Harpoon plus a huge new database. Like, it's got so much stuff and complexity in it. It's pretty awesome. Oh, excuse me, folks. Um, it looks pretty amazing. None of this 3D amazing beautiful graphic stuff. No, it's a top-down point-click guide your forces into combat kind of stuff with the occasional sort of pop-up still image to sort of represent what's happening. Um, this is like the old school style simulation and strategy. It really is. So, all right. So this actually released a year ago, but as a sort of an update for it, they've now released it on Steam as the War Game of the Year edition, because it did win the War Game of the Year edition for 2013. So they have implemented a few patches and fixes, added a whole heap more content as well to it, and it is now available on Steam. I possibly think the price tag is a little steep. Standard recommended retail is like 80 US. Currently 25% off though for a launch special. So if you're gonna go back, probably go over it now. But overall, if you ever played and enjoyed Harpoon, or like the idea of this actual kind of more in-depth kind of simulation and sort of armchair general kind of stuff, this is probably a pretty damn good title for you to check out. Alrighty, so that's that one there on Steam. So, beyond that, guys, we've got a couple more Flight Simulator related stuff. The guys, or well, Steve, sorry, not Steve, Simon, sorry, Simon. Simon from the FSAddons with Silver Cloud Publishing, he's released his latest offering, the Avro Anson. Interestingly enough, he's put a lot of work into this one. He really has. He's produced both, 13 different aircraft models in this one package. So each model is slightly different. So it actually goes through all the different main fuselage types that the Anson had during its lifespan. And the first flying in the 1930s and going onwards, and some still flying to this day. It was actually in service with the Royal Air Force until 1968, so that's a pretty long healthy history for that one. So, it's got, as I said, it's got all the major operators, so various different variants of them and stuff like that, including the only existing Anson on floats is in there as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, so Simon's looks like he's done some pretty cool work with that one. My only concern with it is how it's going to go in multiplayer. One of the big things that is one of the selling points of it is how many different parts it has. How detailed it's gone and how many polygons there. Unfortunately, that can often mean that its multiplayer abilities are a little struggling, but I don't have it yet. I haven't downloaded it. I would love to actually hear the feedback from anyone who's got it, on what your ping rates are like when you go and jump on the multiplayer. I would actually love to hear about that. That would be cool to hear. So, that's that Flight Simulator add-on. So it is currently available directly from the FS add-on website. I'll pop the link down below. Alright, in other news, FTX Global, Orbx, FTX Global, their products. Orbx have released the first service pack for New Zealand North Island. It's sort of a fairly minor patch. It's just updating some of the lighting effects and stuff like that you've run before. Interesting enough, though, it kind of leaks the fact that they're about to release a triple installer for it for P3D version 2, as the PDF sort of manual is sort of like includes that one as well. So obviously the triple installer for P3D V2 is not far away at all, which is good news for everybody. All right. Now, lastly, as well, we've got the guys, as I sort of mentioned in last week's episode, they wonderful, amazing Dino Cataneo. He has sort of made his announcement that he will be not releasing because he's switching away from the continuous update model of his projects and actually sort of closing off with final releases of some of his products. So the first product was going to be the Goshawk, and lo and behold, he has now released his final version to version 2.7 of the T45C. It is currently available for download from his website. He's at the India Alpha Foxtrot Echo blogspot. Please jump over, have a look at it, grab it down. It is an absolutely amazing piece of work. You can see me sort of scooting around the skies in it now. I really do support Dino. He does some absolutely incredible work, and I think we're all very grateful for all the work he's been doing over many years, bringing these amazing products to us. And yeah, you know what? I think it's time that it's some of these products have been around for ages. So yeah, for him to be able to finally say, "Yep, this is the final release," good for you, Dino. Like gives you more time to focus on the new products like the Air Mackie. I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, alright folks, well that pretty much wraps up the Novawrap for this week. Thank you very much for staying in and tuning in once again. Now, just a quick little announcement here. So this is going to be the final Novawrap for this series. I'm going to be going on a short break, so I'm taking some time off. My wife and I are going travelling. So hopefully I'm going to be able to have some travel videos, some real world travel videos for when I get back, uploading to the channel. But for now it's going to be, I'm going to be signing off on the channel for about 4 weeks. So I just want to say thank you very much to everyone who's shown so much support for me. Thank you very much for all the subscribers, to everyone. Don't forget that I will be trying when I can. Internet access will be a little difficult where I'm going to be heading, but I'll try and access and update the Facebook page and the Twitter feed as much as I can. But in terms of videos, it's probably going to be me signing off for about a month. I have got a couple of episodes for Age of Wonders 3 and for Ancient Space lined up, but yeah, they'll probably just be on for next week. So anyway, alright folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. Thanks very much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this series, enjoying anything on my channel. Feel free to check it out. I've got the links that I mentioned in the video down below. Otherwise folks, take care, safe skies to all, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.